Hello, I'm Dennis Pritchard, CEO and president of GoHuey.com and HueyMe.com, where you can get your free PVP personal values pulse profile. This is a unique profile that is the cornerstone of all that we do. The presentation that we are going to go over today is to answer any questions you might have about becoming an affiliate in any way possible. Our affiliates range from people that are just referral sources all the way up to strategic partners. We have a montage of opportunities for you, but also access to education, business development, marketing development, in any way you might be able to connect with us to either build a business or value add your own business and lead to more of your own sales with our free introductory products and services that we offer. Free PVP profiles, as well as free trials for any company, business of any kind, or an educational facility and nonprofit community development organizations. So we look forward to answering several of your questions right off the bat here. It's a very short presentation. There's a more detailed presentation that will follow after that to get into more of the detail that you might want to know. So the purpose of this one is really just to kind of give you a taste to see if you're cut out for this, if you're interested in any of the opportunities, and to further our discussions going down the road. So look forward to you enjoying this presentation, and we're going to start that now. This is your opportunity. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about what Huey really represents. The qualities like passion, tenacity, vision, and self confidence. These are the things that we stand for to leverage what you have and what we have as a group together to take your passion. And if you have that tenacity and you have vision and you got that self confidence, to help grow you into either a better organization you have or help you start up a business that can not only provide you a great income stream, but also build you a legacy of income over time and even past retirement. We have great ideas that people will pay money for. We have a plan for success for you. And with the consistent execution of the plans and the development we have had, we can easily onboard you to quickly start monetizing your efforts. What is in this presentation that we're going to go over? Is this for you, and are you qualified? What are the 3 essential tasks for success? What are the markets that we serve and why they need us? Why is GoHuey so appealing to the marketplace? How we compare to our competition? And finally, what financial success can you expect? Anybody, truthfully, can have success with GoHuey. But let's go through this list. 5 particular areas, and you might belong to 1 or 2 of them. So I please ask you to take a pen and paper, take your time, and jot down any of these things that apply to you. Curious, new, or just getting started as an entrepreneur? Do you have lots of contacts? They could be personal, professional, social media, or networks. Are you willing to learn more on how to make new contacts if it's really easy? We have an easy way. We've invested all the time to help you do that. Want to grow or expand your existing business? You have products or services that can be value added by GoHuey's universal tools. You could use additional highly profitable income streams. Could you use a lead product or a freebie that can open more prospect doors for you in the business that you're already currently running? Transitioning from a career or looking to build a new career. You have vast knowledge, skills, and experience in a particular industry. These are typically people that have spent 10, 20, 30 years in a corporation or a public organization, and they leave with only the knowledge they have, but they have no patents, copyrights, or access to the materials they had previously. Huey, as Business in a Box, can help give you all that to elevate your credibility and your success in the marketplace when you're starting a new business. You have close and trusted professional and industry contacts from years of service. So you may not really have the skills and everything, but you have an understanding of an industry and how GoHuey tools can be impactful. But you have contacts of people you've worked with and built a reputation with in those industries. So that means you've got a trove of potential access, and we have ability to help you put in front free for people to try. And all you have to do is leverage those trusted contacts you have. Section 4, you already have customers but could use more products and services. Do you have clients that trust you and listen to your recommendations? Can your business use significant revenue streams with very little effort or time commitment? And that's what we promise with our GoHuey tools, because we have very lucrative contracts that are very easy to sell in the right size companies. And this could add significant, if not eclipsing, income streams to what you're already doing, especially if you're a known consultant. Again, you're leveraging your contacts and the trust that you have with a very beneficial product for your client. Finally, you are already in the same field as GoHuey and you want to collaborate. Collaboration is always good. The sum of all parts is greater. So, do you have or do you provide products and or services for business, education, or community development? We want to work with you. Can you use tools that value add what you're doing that will also generate serious income? Again, we want to work with you. Are you open to collaboration to market and create new products and services jointly? This is where we can really make things take off. Success in one, two, three. Real success comes from doing all three of these things. What you do. This is the most important thing, is you must do something. However, you are limited by time and knowledge. In every business, the least liked activity is usually making an effort in sales, making those contacts. We have made that easy for you, but you still need to have a clear motivation before you will act. So we'll show you how to target and share our free introductory profile and also a free zero obligation trial. So we've made this a way where you can really do this very easily. That's all you want to do is introduce opportunities to Huey and become a referral agent or affiliate and get commissions. Then what you know. This is where our education comes in. The more you know, the more your time is worth. It's not too late to know something more, to learn something new, especially if it can have significant financial impact in your life. GoHuey's affiliates get a complete education with support resources that can be a life changer for you. Finally, who you know. All opportunities in the world come from who you know. Whether that be existing people or people you target, GoHuey has valuable resources that can create financial benefit in an unlimited market. And we'll show you that here. All you need to do is be a connector. And with GoHuey, you can set an unlimited financial future. The more people you know, the more financial reward you can have. So again, our whole program is predicated on giving you the tools, the resources, and everything to target and share. We provide you all the education, uh, a very robust education system that can apply to not only what you can do for GoHuey, but it'll be beneficial to your existing business. So you don't want to miss out on that education. And finally, the tools and the technology to help you connect quickly and freely to the marketplace. Master all three steps and you will not fail. How do you make money with GoHuey? Now, we'll get into a little bit more of the specifics later, but you got to first understand the markets that are really attracted by what Huey can do. Business clients enjoy multiple benefits in one package from GoHuey that they currently combine multiple resources to try to achieve. And we'll get into that detail later. We help increase revenues and reduce cost in that business, both in programs and the overall productivity and performance of their staff. What can they expect? Some of them searching and recruiting new job candidates, making better hiring decisions, personal and professional employee development, retention of the best employees they have, and positive company culture, which will result in more higher performance levels and more productivity, leading to better profitability. When it comes to education, educators, parents, and students work together to help build cognition and align development that will serve student in both continued education and in their career path. GoHuey improves student awareness, communication, and self-worth, and their aspirations. What are some of the benefits that the education, the student, the faculty, and parents can enjoy. Class activities. This is really a fun program, by the way. It's not a heavy management or hierarchy type of program. This is a program that allows people to connect electronically or with printed PDF profiles to discover more about each other, and it's made to be fun. Parent and faculty interactions, better class participation, improved attendance, higher grades, increased graduation rates, improved continued education placement, as well as better career placement into the market force. Finally, we go into community development. Community leaders are an important aspect of providing services to those without access to education or career programs. For Huey, remember, we're connecting to these businesses and educational programs, but if they're an at-risk or inner city or homeless or whatever sect, ex-military, coming out and they're transitioning, there's a lot of services because they're not employed or going to school yet that they need. So we rely on our community development affiliates to roll out our programs within their existing programs. We are just a foundation, a tool that they can make their programs better with. We provide the critical foundation and building blocks to improve self-worth, cognitive awareness, and help elevate users that go through this program to have a meaningful life. What are some of those cornerstones that we see this being beneficial in? Transitioning of careers, children and activity groups, emotionally challenged people, addiction and recovery services, dislocated or relocation services, abuse and shelter services, and at-risk population program. So GoHuey's low average contract at any one of these organizations is about $100,000, and that's where you can calculate your commission off. So if we say you make 10% commission, you can calculate it off of this when you get into the depth of how we compensate our affiliates. Why is GoHuey so appealing? Unlimited market and it's affordable to all. So I want to highlight these areas because it's important you know if you're going to be approaching a prospect or a customer or client of yours is to really quickly be able to separate us from alternative programs that are out there. We are not like any other program out there. We are the first ever and only user-driven personal professional development tool. When we mean user driven, we literally can deliver this to a company where they have 10 or 10,000 employees overnight, while the managers, which would normally be teaching people how to use, we don't have to because it's self-explanatory when somebody takes an assessment, and it's easy for them to immediately access anybody else they work with or going to school with. And everybody's on an even playing field. Supervisors and managers, executives, and employees all alike take the same assessment. There's nothing to hide here. All it is about is revealing the things that make you feel best about yourself. And then everything else from that point on is a communication tool with everybody having access to each other. There's no reason they can't understand each other. And then what really happens when we do a trainer system with a company, we're not spending time on training them how to use the system. We only maybe spend 3 hours of total time with a company. Most of that time that we spend with them is strategizing the best ways to implement it and roll it out throughout their whole company or organization. So what separates us here? So most soft skill programs are margin based, meaning that they are highly profitable, but less businesses and organizations can afford them. GoHuey is a volume based business, meaning that we make it affordable enough that any size business or organization can afford them. And we'll demonstrate that later. Lead with free. GoHuey provides a public with free and forever profiles, and they become the future resources for all of our customers, whether they're looking for a job, whether they're looking to go into a higher level of education, or whether they need some resources out in the community to help them continue their path for personal professional development. We also lead with a free zero obligation trial. That allows our customers to try it, witness the effects, get feedback on employee acceptance, and analyze the financial costs to benefits that GoHuey promises. Alternative programs will never make their assessments free or offer an unlimited free trial, as it threatens their profitability. They are also too complicated and management driven, making it impossible to replicate with staff. GoHuey's user driven system offers a lot more than just a profile and generates positive benefits on day one with users self problem solving as soon as the trial begins. This is your opportunity, how we compare. GoHuey includes more than a profile, as we said before. Included is a human resources package, peer-to-peer access of profiles for all the users, job modeling, recruiting and marketplace access to find pre-assessed candidates in the public database, and technology not offered from others. We're going to go through in detail these sample costs, but what I want to start off with is look over here. Our program, including the costs that an employer or organization or school might invest in paying the payroll dollars for people to attend training, maximum cost for a 500 employee company or 500 student school is $170,000, compared with $986,000 for the next nearest alternative program, which is really just a profiling system and training for managers. So let's look by them side by side. And under the direct program cost, which is what they would invest in our program or somebody else's program, pay us, cost per assessment for each user, $25 per profile for GoHuey. For the alternative programs, $150 to $2,000 and up. They're very management-driven programs with a lot of education involved, whereas we don't have all that, don't require that education because it's a user-driven program. Our workbooks that include all of our exercises are traditionally $100 each, where you look at alternative programs, they're $500 or more. Our exercises, if they just choose to use a la carte choices of just using a few exercises rather than a workbook, they can buy for $15 each. For customized exercises with alternative programs, they're $100 or a lot more even. There's a lot of money goes into that. Micro businesses can work with GoHuey for a less expensive cost than a traditional small business to use. So companies that have 10 to even 50 users can get certified and trained as little as $2,000. What we do, how we do that is by bringing several businesses together in the same training environment. Those are things that are not offered because they're not affordable for those small businesses to use these alternative programs, which are already highly expensive. Traditional small businesses, though, will start off with their core training at $10,000, and that's like about 10 different people. It can marginally go up if they have more in attendance, where other programs start at $25,000. Our maximum cost per person is only $236 per user, and that's 100% of the users that go through the program that's included in this, all employees, versus the $2,000 per user just for management. So who truly benefits? In GoHuey's program, every time 100% of all the workforce benefits. Again, it's a user-driven program rather than a management down program. Versus the other programs, management is what usually goes for $2,000 per person and only represents 1 to 10% of the company's total staff that get the actual training, where everybody else just gets a profile. So then we look at our internal replication costs, course certification, training the trainers. Like I said before, our whole time investment that we ask for the core training of a company is 16 hours, but only 3 of those hours actually teach them what they can do with the technology and the tools. The rest of the 13 hours are focused on strategies and figuring out a way to take all areas that they can see a financial benefit in and customize our train to each our strategies to get the best out of all those different departments and divisions. You look at the management training for alternative programs, it's 80 to 160 hours, and some are even longer than that because it's so intensive, it's so complicated, it's so management driven. It's not meant as a communication tool as GoHuey is. It's meant more as an interpretation and a management tool. Department or division training. So we have customized classes, as I said before. So you get your core training, but then you might want to train your sales staff. You might want to train people for conflict resolution or de-escalation. You might want to train people for human resources or supervisors how to interview better and use the profiles for that. When they select a la carte customization, it's still only a 16-hour engagement for them. So those are all hours for every attendee they're being paid for. So you look over at the alternative competitors when they do branch out programs, again, every time they go through it, it's 80 to 160 hours. The user profile setup time for GoHuey, because there's only one question, is 10 to 15 minutes. Competitive or alternative programs, they're 1 to 2 hours, and some are even longer, but a good average is 1 to 2 hours for a psychology test, which we're not. We're a communication self-assessment tool. Finally, the employee total exposure and comprehension to understand Huey, because they've already been delivered it in the trial. They're already using the program. So to comprehend all the other different uses only takes about an hour because we deliver everything both digitally and through our affiliate master coaches. Uh, the comprehension after management's all been trained in alternative programs still requires up to 16 hours for employees after they've taken a profile to kind of understand them and to educate them on what their profiles supposedly mean. Not to say they're not accurate or are accurate, but I'm sorry to say that a psychological profile never tells you, well, why did you turn out that way? Where Huey is focused on, well, why do I feel the way I feel? Positive, negative, good or bad. You'll finally understand why you feel those ways, which gives you the power to manage those feelings and to improve your awareness of others and better communication to foster more positive relationships. GoHuey versus alternatives. GoHuey reaches 100% of the organization for 1/10 of the cost of a traditional program, with at least 10 times the staff and 10 times the benefits of any singular competitor, like the one we're showing to the right. Again, if you look at the top, we include a lot more in our package. So it's like this is a comparison side by side with just one of the alternative programs, but there's probably four more programs that the company uses in addition to this where Huey can replace all of those. So we truly are 1/10 the cost and 10 times the benefits. So payroll costs use an average wage of $20 an hour plus benefits. So we calculated the internal replication costs when somebody takes on an outside program. It's not just what they pay us; it's how much they have to pay their employed employees and supervisors and managers to go through the program in payroll dollars. So GoHuey's 500 users add only $32,000 to the full investment, and we get 100% of the workforce, while alternative programs add an additional $336,000. So when you see the sample cost and why $986,000 is the alternative program, it's because their program costs are already expensive. So it's 50 managers get trained. That costs $100,000 or $100,000 to train those at $2,000 a piece. And then the cost per profile for each of the employees at about $100 a piece means an additional $450,000. So you add all that up, it's 986,000 compared to that. The invest as little as 4 hours a week and you can make a career out of this. So that means if you're working a full-time job or you're trying to build your own business, you're probably already doing these same 4 hours. You just now have an alternative to offer them. You have a free PVP profile and you have a free trial that you can offer them. What's great about this is we have about 11 different type of affiliates, from somebody that's not getting commission at all, they're just enjoying our free marketplace strategy sessions and business strategy sessions that we offer both online and Zoom, as well as in the marketplace once COVID opens back up. We've taken 11 type of affiliates and kind of broken them into categories here. So if you're only a lead generator, remember that $100,000 average contract. Our lowest average contract is for 500 employees or users going through a company. And so it's a good accurate estimate that the commission base would be uh, off of $100,000. So if you brought us a lead as a lead generator, you'd get 10% of the upfront part of that contract. And so I'm not going to go into all that detail right now. I don't want to lose anybody, but so you're looking as a lead generation, but you look at referring to business here. 4 hours a week for 12 months can generate $65,000 a year. If you do what we suggest, invest about 10 hours a week, that could mean $162,000 a year. That's all based off a 10% commission rate. And all you're really doing is providing interest by sharing our PVP profile with people and then following up with them. Hey, what did you think about that? Can you see this being any use in your organization? And we'll teach you how to do all that in a very simple way. And when they say yes, they're interested in taking a trial, you just hand it off to one of the other affiliates that are certified to handle sales. And you don't have to do anything more. Rely on the professionalism and the skills of other people that can close all the sales for you. All you're doing is sharing things to generate interest. And that's all we need for a referral ambassador to get a 10% commission. Our people that close sales get a 12% commission. So you're both getting commissions there. But the salesperson is only focusing on presenting the zero obligation trial, getting it set up with the GoHuey's administrative team, and then when the trial's completed, GoHuey's administrative team does all the work, all the behind the scenes work to prepare a presentation for that sales agent to show up and close the deal. They get a 12% commission. Certified coaches, they can invest 4 hours a week for 12 months and generate 166,000. If they did about 10 hours a week focusing on this in their marketing and sales efforts, they could generate 416,000. Certified coaches, or master coaches as we call them, don't only make commissions, they also make their consulting dollars. So they make for minimum for a 16-hour, 2-day training workshop, they make a minimum of $3,200. So they have a different way of making income through multiple sources. And our highly qualified master coaches, what we call executive master coaches, actually get 22%, as you can see here. So that's because they're generating their own lead. They get that 10%. They're doing their own sales closes. That's 12%. So that totals 22%. But they also get all their consulting fees. Now, our industry specialists, executive agents, strategic partners, those are higher levels of executive. They're doing a lot more. They're doing everything basically because they're specialized in the industry, or they work with all kinds of industry and they're established consultant offices, or there's somebody that could work directly with Huey and take over our overflow and help us train more and more both affiliates and customers. Finally, there's executive overrides, which is a third level of income generation. Anybody with an executive title that is signed on as affiliate that incorporates into their business plan to recruit additional affiliates, which you should be doing because you get commission off them. But if you're becoming an executive, when those affiliates come on after you've got your commission for signing them up, you also get a 3% off all the volume of consulting deals that they set up. So imagine getting 10 different affiliates underneath you as an executive. You wouldn't even have to do your job other than be their account executive, and you could make more money generating a 3% commission than generating a 12 or 22% commission if you had very robust affiliates you brought on. So what do we provide for you? We said we're business in a box. So you got to believe that. That's what's going to give you the motivation so that you can go back and share these PVPs and have the knowledge you need available to say, wow, that's incredible that you like this. Have you ever considered how this could help people in your family, or how this could help all the people in the workforce if everybody had a PVP in this school? And when you open those thinking patterns up with them, they're saying, wow, yeah, how powerful would it be if I knew the top 5 motivating factors for every single person around me, whether it's at school, work, or um, uh, in a nonprofit organization. So we provide all that education, 14 hours or 14 online modules that amount to about 20 hours of classes, and additional one-on-one training, about 10 hours of that. Learn prospect targeting, sales, marketing, and how to track performance. Create a marketing and business plan. That's all included in our education package that we have. And like I said before, our education is not meant just for learning how to sell Huey. It's how to run your business. So even if you don't ultimately end up um, staying with Huey or even sign up, if you've gone through this education, you're going to learn a lot about your own business too. We really believe, just like we put users first with a free and forever system, we also put our affiliates first. They also going to generate about 51% of the income for all contracts signed. So we're trying to build you to be successful, and that's how Huey becomes successful. Materials, we have all you need. Digital media files include brand and marketing, individual or industry specific introduction letters, social media and ad posts that are ready for you to start sharing. Then we have the tools and workbooks, exercises, and contracts, both electronically as well as printed matter. Technology, we have all that for you. Imagine what you can do with what we have available for you. Free online profiles that you can share with anybody endlessly as much as you want. Free customer trials. So after they've taken a free profile and have some remote interest, you can step them up, generate their interest in having a trial, and they can put 10 or 10,000 employees through for free for 14 to 30 days and try it before they buy it. So you don't have to worry about anything. because their best testimony will be how much their employees like it and the cost benefits they see when they analyze it. And how we do that is we provide them with surveys as they take the trial that gives us customer feedback. It's a cultural assessment report once the employees take a profile and say how much did they like it themselves? Did they think it's beneficial to them in their work job? And do they think that it can help them at home, work, school, socially, and personally? Finally, they go in and look at the company as a whole. And this is critical information all major companies look for is what do the employees think? What do they think we should be doing? So a 360 cultural feedback on top of them having the free assessments is something we present to them at the end so we can tell them how much their employees like it, where they think their employees think it needs to be implemented. And then finally, we have the customer financial analysis we call the AOA, Arithmetic of Attitude, a very simple form that the leaders of the organizations take in the trial, observe the effects of Huey during the trial period, and then they start assessing the value as far as 3 areas of income and 7 areas of expense that could save the company money. They determine how much um, difference that makes for a profit and the bottom line income for their business. That all gets sent to us during the trial, and then we use that to create a sales contract and recommendation form that we give back to a sales agent that shows up with a pre-sold client if indeed the information came back that all the employees and managers want it, and the financial benefits that justify that sale are in there. And so we do all that behind the scenes at Huey for you. And finally, the technology, we have tools and online reports for you that'll help you forecast and then report and have reports on how you're doing, but also we include the help of all other affiliates to look at trends and feed that back. All the affiliates feed us the information how they're doing on their weekly, monthly goals. We assess that and start showing what the trends are, who's selling more, where, and why. And that way, everybody benefits from the successes of all the other affiliates. We truly are a family of affiliates. And then ultimately, we have the social media portals, our GoHuey, where there'll be videos that you can share to generate more interest, both through your social media, but also for direct route. If you're doing an email saying, "Hey, check this out. Here's a video on what the PVP really is. Here's a video on the business. Here's a video for new affiliates." We're having all that with our YouTube channels, and then also our Facebook and other social media channels where we've created groups and meetings and Zoom conferences. So I hope this gives you a little bit of insight about what the opportunity is, uh, what opportunity you have looking at you right now. Again, if you're interested in this, let us know. We will be happy to send this presentation to you. And we also be happy to hook you up with the essential people to take the next step if you want to get into a little more detail exactly how do you make that money, what does it entail. We've got a complete milestone chart to show you. You'll be really pleased. Everything's been thought out ahead before you because our goal ultimately is to provide you business in the box, support you with the technology, the materials, the education, support, so that you can run out of the gate, start making some success financially and emotionally by working with Huey and helping other people. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in and investing your time in this presentation. It's our opening salvo for you to really get plugged into what Huey is all about and how it can help you. I encourage you to make contact with one of the existing affiliates or GoHuey executives to get the links and information to additional videos, and hopefully we'll see you on one of our Get Plugged In where we can have some open discussions about um, your questions that you might have regarding this presentation and how it might personally relate to you. Follow the links that we've included in here. GoHuey.com is an overview of what our mission, vision is, the background stories, whereas HueyMe.com is the free and forever profile portal where you and anybody you know can take these profiles. And if you have any questions about the effectiveness of this program, please invite your friends, your family, your brothers, your mothers, your daughters, your sons, social circle friends, and take PVP, have them take it, match up with them online so that you can access each other's profiles and learn about the people that you know first. And that's what gives you the validity that will show you how powerful this tool is as a genesis of getting more things that people want in their life. So I thank you and have a good day.